So, you wanted to talk to me about a new TV show?
Yes, sir. I've been working really hard on this one.
Oh, I'm excited. Tell me about it.
It's going to be called Eastenders.
I'm listening.
It's a soap opera set in the East End of London.
Ah, so it's going to be a fun, light-hearted show about crafty cockneys and all the wheeling and dealing they get up to.
No, not at all, no.
Oh,
It's going to be based around a small square called Albert Square, and we're going to have a pub and a shop, and no one's ever going to leave the square to go to work or shopping or anything.
don't most people who live in East London get on the tube and go to work or go shopping or something? If we're following their lives, it would be cool to see more of London.
We will never follow anyone out of the square, ever.
But people do leave to go to other places, right? Like on a bus or in a cab.
We will have a character that drives a traditional black London cab, but that will be the only one you're ever going to see.
Aren't black cabs literally everywhere in London?
Well, I'm not sure about that, but we'll definitely have one for a couple of years.
Okay.
And maybe in 15 years we'll put in a tube station so that people can go up west. But that's the only place it will go to.
Ah, that's okay then, because I'm pretty sure that up west is the only other part of London anyway. So tell me about some of the characters.
Well, there's Dot Cotton.
Ooh, what's her deal?
She's going to smoke.
And...
No, she just smokes. You know, like all Londoners do. She just sits and she smokes.
okay, anyone else?
There's Phil Mitchell.
Tell me about Phil.
Well, he was in the show with his brother, and they were like the local East End hard men.
Two tough brothers in the East End of London. Is that the first time that idea's ever been done?
I think it is, yes.
So does Phil get up to anything else?
He drinks a lot. He's an alcoholic.
Well, it's good to bring such an important problem that many families suffer to the mainstream so that it can be talked about openly. Is the actor any good at playing a drunk?
Yeah, it's going to be hilarious mostly. He is just the most ridiculous drunk person you've ever seen.
I'm not quite sure that was the message we want to give out, but carry on.
Then there's Den and Angie, who run the local pub.
And what do they get up to?
Well, they argue a lot. Just arguing. All the time, arguing.
And that will be fun to watch.
Yes, in fact I'm planning a big Christmas Day episode where they argue a lot about getting divorced, and then Den disappears for about 14 years, and when he comes back he gets killed in the pub by a doorstop.
A doorstop?
Yes, a doorstop.
Well, I guess there does need to be at least one death on the show if we're going to keep it real and gritty and believable.
Deaths will be a major part of the show. Anytime I can't think of any other story, there's going to be a death.
Huh. How many deaths were you thinking of?
Well, we're hoping by the year 2020 to have 74 deaths on the screen and another 52 mentioned that happened off screen.
So that's 126 people who have died, all from this small square in London. How many people actually live there?
Well, it's hard to say, but there's about 40 properties to live in the square.
Right, so there's 40 places to live, and in 35 years of the show, you want to kill 126 people. So this is like a really dangerous part of London, right?
No. In fact, it probably has one of the lowest crime rates in all of London.
Well, with all those deaths, it must be a pretty fast-paced show. Just storylines just flying by really quickly to keep people tuned in.
No, not at all. When there's a good story, I'm going to really drag it out. Just drag. Going to drag each story out so long, people won't actually believe how long I'm going to drag these stories out for, and it's actually going to become quite annoying.
Dragging storylines out unnecessarily is sweet.
And from about August onwards, everything's going to be building up to the big Christmas special for that year.
It's great to have a heartwarming Christmas special to help repay all your loyal viewers from the year.
Every Christmas episode will be the most depressing one that we make.
You're planning to do really depressing episodes all over Christmas, that time of year when all TV shows do light-hearted specials.
Yes, every Christmas we will have an episode where something unbelievably depressing happens.
More depressing than all the deaths and the murders.
Well, one of the characters, for instance, Mark Fowler, he was really horrible to his parents, then he had a drug problem, then he tried to join a radical racist group, and then he went to prison.
I see where you're going. And on Christmas, he's going to turn up in a surprise visit wearing a Santa suit with a big sack of gifts to repay all the people he'd wronged over the years, yeah?
No, not at all. On Christmas Day, he's going to tell his parents that he's HIV positive, and it's going to be really sad.
And people are going to watch this show, right?
Yep. It's going to be on for more than 35 years, and people are going to love it.
Well, if you say so, I'll tell you what, we'll give it a go. At least it'll be cheap to make.